David Anthony Burke, who performs under the name David, but he spells it D4vd. Better hope his Monday show in Portland was a good one, a really good one, because as things stand right now, it might be his last show for a very long time. You see, his team has announced that the rest of his world tour will be canceled as he finds himself embroiled in a homicide investigation.
We have an update right now on a disturbing story out of California, where Los Angeles police have identified badly decomposed human remains found inside of an impounded Tesla last week. Investigators say the car is registered to singer and songwriter David, who rose to fame with hits on TikTok. He was on tour when that body was found. A spokesperson says that he is fully cooperating with authorities.
David has canceled the rest of his U.S. tour after a girl's body was found in his car at a tow yard.
This comes as police investigate the death of a 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who was reported missing from Lake Elsinore last year and found dead in David's car. Officers searched the Hollywood Hills home where he had been staying. Authorities are still working to determine how Rivas died and whether foul play was involved.
Court victory for Luigi Mangione, a judge on Tuesday dismissing the top charges in his state murder case in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Judge Gregory Caro left intact a lesser murder charge, second-degree murder. That charge still carries the possibility of life in prison. Judge Caro did say that prosecutors in the state case presented insufficient evidence to support the top charges that alleged that Mangione killed Brian Thompson as an act of terrorism. Mangione is due back in court in the state case on December 1st. He's due back in court on the federal case on December 5th.
We're here on the third course that the Menendez brothers pursued, and that was a habeas corpus petition that they filed in May of 2023. What a habeas basically says is it's asking for a new trial. It says that if new, timely, credible, admissible, compelling evidence has come forward, that you can be entitled under these very limited circumstances to a new trial. So what Judge Ryan did yesterday, in agreeing with our position, our ultimate position, and ending, for now, unless they keep appealing this, the meritless motion that the Menendez brothers filed, he basically said that the evidence alleged here is not so compelling that it would have produced a reasonable doubt in the mind of at least one juror. That is how deficient, how meritless, how baseless the evidence that has been presented by the Menendez brothers has been in this habeas motion.
Matthew J. Ruth, he is the actor. And this is the only time I will mention his name. After this, he will only be referred to as actor. On September 16th at approximately 11:23 p.m., and we must start there, because this began as an incident of domestic violence. A call that came in from the mother of his ex-girlfriend that the actor was spotted on her property with binoculars looking through the residence, looking through a window. Detective Sergeant Becker, Detective Baker, Detective Emenheiser, and two other Northern Regional detectives arrived on scene. Detective Emenheiser discovered that the door was unlocked, having remembered that the door was left locked by the ex-girlfriend and mother, who were not at the residence because they went somewhere else for their safety. They decided that they were going to go in. The door was open, and upon immediately opening the door, the actor repeatedly fired at the officers with multiple rounds from an AR-15 styled rifle with a suppressor. Detective Sergeant Cody Becker, Detective Mark Baker, and Detective Isaiah Emenheiser were all killed following the brutal ambush that was committed upon them by the actor.
Those who serve and protect our Commonwealth, they're the best of us. They really are. They put on a uniform every single day. They kiss their families and their loved ones goodbye, and they go out into our streets, out into our communities, and they work hard to keep us safe.